Lord of the Rings has been out for a handful of days now, and I'm trying my damnedest to crack it right in half on Arena and Historic. I've been having a really enjoyable time playing this list. I doubt my opponents have had a similar experience. This is the Karn Ring. Card is cracked alongside one of my favorite Magic the Gathering cards of all time. Probably my second favorite, maybe my first at this point. I love this card so much. I've done very well in the tournament scene with Mr. Karn, the Great Creator. So this is a mono white historic deck. So the main deck consists of some interactive spells such as Lay Down Arms, March of Otherworldly Light, Reprieve, which is an incredible pickup from Lord of the Rings, and then Soul Partition, which is a split card in this deck. It's early interaction, and then it's a way to reset your One Ring later in the game. Card is very good, 5 out of 5 stars. Always play 4 copies. A little bit of ramp because it is important to get ahead of some decks. Turn 3 with the One Ring against certain decks is just going to be GG. The one of Search for Glory, which is effectively Demonic Tutor in this deck that gains you a little bit of life, very strong. I put one in as spec, and I've been very happy with it. And then you get a couple Wandering Emperors. This is just one of the best 4-mana Planeswalkers ever printed. Helps give you a little bit of threat diversity against decks that are able to grind with you. 4 Wrath of Gods to clean up whatever nonsense your opponent's trying to do to kill you. This is tough when you run into the super hard control decks such as blue-white in the format, but blue-white isn't enough of the meta for me to not want to have access to 4 of this card in my main deck. And then you have 4 Karns and 3 the One Ring. And then the 2 flex spots right now, Farewell and the Eternal Wanderer. This card's pretty strong. It has a little bit extra utility in this deck where it's able to reset the One Ring so you don't die from taking a bunch of burden counter damage. And then the one of Farewell is just a really great catch-all to just about everything in the format. And it also is another way to reset your One Ring. Put it into exile, Karn gets it back, which is something that happens a lot with this deck. Karn will snag a One Ring from exile. I've had many opponents put my One Ring into exile for me, and then I would just be like, thank you very much, my Karn will take that back. The land base is pretty nice, pretty smooth. 14 snow-covered plains to make sure you're gaining life off the Search for Glory. Blast Zones, this is a way to interact at instant speed with cards like Orcish Bowmaster, Shieldred, Fairy Mastermind. So it's important when you're playing against blue and or black decks to pay attention and always be cognizant of, when your opponent could play Orcish Bowmaster or Shieldred, because that's really the only way those decks are ever going to beat you. They're going to sneak in a Shieldred or a Bowmaster and kind of nullify the card advantage engine in your deck. And this is just a really good way, clean way late in the game to clean it up at instant speed, because you don't have a whole lot of instant speed interaction. You got 2 otherworldlies. The Soul Partitions can be used to interact with your opponent, but late game it's not great, and you're going to be wanting to target your own One Rings a lot of the time anyway. So keep that in mind with Blast Zone. And Buried Ruin is a great utility land in this deck. It also enables an infinite combo that I'm going to get to here in a little bit. Demolition Field, Field of Ruin are ways to interact with your opponent's mana base late in the game. You can keep them off colors, maybe even keep them off casting spells with one of our sideboard cards that is also part of your infinite combo. Enable the sideboard card that we get with Karn is a way to enable this infinite combo that I'll talk about here. And then Mirix, this is just the best colorless land that makes body, so you can have game against control decks. It's also good against that infinite life squirrel deck that runs around, because they can never kill you the turn they make infinite squirrels. So then you just untap, clean up their board, and sure, they may be at 400 or 500 life, but you can either kill them with poison or you can deck them, which is possible because of our sideboard. And so our sideboard, Tormod's Crypt, one of the best Karn targets ever because you can get it and instantly play it, interacts with their opponent's graveyard in case they're doing graveyard shenanigans. It's also a way to push your artifacts such as the One Ring into exile so you can go pick them up with Karn. Wand is a way to make sure you don't deck and to get threats back into your library against any of the grindy matchups that are able to deal with your planeswalkers. You want to be able to have a way to get them back into the deck, and so you don't deck, and this is just the best card. So the idea with this one is you shuffle the cards in, and then it goes to exile, and then you can go pick it back up with Karn, which is in itself a way to prevent you from decking if the opponent can't interact with that, which is really hard because they would have to get all 4 of your Karns, and they would have to somehow keep your wand in a place that isn't a zone that doesn't exist, right? Because from the graveyard we could get it with Buried Ruin, and from exile we can get it with Karn. Liquid Metal Coating. This is the OG Karn target. I have a lot of fond memories of turn 1 Karn, turn 2 Coating in Legacy, back in the early days of when Karn hit the scene. It's just nothing feels better when you're just like, okay, I'm on the play. You didn't have the Force of Will. I got Karn. I'm gonna get Coating, and now you don't get to play this game. It's my favorite type of Magic: The Gathering. In this deck, it's a little more fair because you can't really start blowing up lands until turn 4 at the earliest. But it is still very good in matchups where you need an effect like this to kind of keep your opponent off of lands. If a control deck only has access to 3 or 4 lands, they're never gonna win. Crucible of Worlds. This is the card that enables your infinite One Ring combo. So the idea is you play a One Ring, you get a Karn, you tutor for Crucible of Worlds, and then you're drawing so many cards. At some point, you're going to draw another One Ring, or you go tutor for the One Ring, and then you have access to 2 One Rings between your hand, the battlefield, and the graveyard. And what you do is you Buried Ruins back the One Ring that's in your graveyard and play it, which legend rules the other One Ring and effectively creates a loop. With Crucible of Worlds says that you can play lands from your graveyard, and Buried Ruin says sacrifice Buried Ruin, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Rinse and repeat. There are certain decks in the format that are just going to have a very hard time beating this. So this is super cool. It's always nice when you have combos available with Karn. That's really what pushes Karn the Great Creator over the top. It's the fact that you can just, create a sideboard that has ways to just lock your opponent completely out of the game. Awesome card. This has been in Magic: The Gathering for a very long time. I love this card as well. It's also good with your Field of Ruins, Demolition Fields, and Blast Zones as well. Oh, real quick, the reason I'm playing 2 of each of Field of Ruin and Demolition Field is because there are cards that shut off this ability in the format, such as Pithing Needle, which I have down here. So I think it's good to do a 2-2 split. If those cards did not exist, Field of Ruin is just better because it forces them to shuffle, which is important when you're playing against people that are trying to set the top of their deck. You can, let them set the top of their deck and then Field Ruin them to prevent them from drawing what they thought they were going to draw. Perilous Vault, this is a great catch-all. Games go long, so you can frequently, if you get into a situation, you can wish for it, play it, and exile in the same turn cycle. It's usually best to play and pass, let your opponent do what they're going to do, and then either in combat or their end turn, just to prevent them from having a beneficial turn. 4th copy of the One Ring in the sideboard, so Karn can go get it and wield that power. Karn plus the One Ring is a pretty unstoppable duo. And then the boat, the goat boat, as I like to call it, is just, this is a great catch-all to certain creatures in the format, and then you can start pushing it into the red zone with Karn because you just tick up tick up on the boat. It becomes a 5/5, smashes for 5 and deals 3 every time it attacks. This is a pretty common play pattern, and way that you win the game is just Karn gets boat hits something on the way in, and then Karn starts pushing the boat into the red zone every turn. Um, and I think I am going to play best of one on this video today. I like best of 3 with this list. However, the games are super duper long, and I want to show this deck off in a variety of different games. So I don't want to just record a video and have it be one match that takes 50 minutes, because these games can go super long, especially if I happen to run into opponents that are also playing the One Ring. It gets really really messy, and really complicated. The games are fun, but they're really long. So we're going to do best of 1 today. But I do have my best of 3 board built, because I have also been playing best of 3 with this list. Pithing Needle, great catch-all. Need to shut down a Planeswalker or a card that might combo kill you. Maybe a utility land. Foundry is just another way to win the game against decks that are able to grind with you. Stone Brain to prevent combo decks from doing their thing, and it's also a good way to shut down blue-white control. You just go get their Teferis, and then it's really hard for them to win. This is the 15th card right now. I don't know if it's good. In theory, it seems really good. I haven't had an opportunity to go get it yet, but it seems really good to me in grindy matchups where you maybe top deck a Karn and you have enough mana to play Karn, and you have 3 mana left over. This seems like a really good 3 mana get, and then you're just drawing extra cards every turn and burying your opponent that way. So I think this is good. There's also some corner case scenarios where you can gain life, additional life with this card, because we can lay down arms, our own mirror tokens, our own emperor tokens. So you would gain 6 life. Wandering Emperor would gain 4 life. This could gain up to 6 life. So that is a relevant bit of text on this card as well. And then Golos, he goes and gets whatever you need as far as your lands package. If you're looking to set up, a combo lock, maybe you're just missing the Buried Ruins, you can go get Golos, play Golos, Buried Ruins, and with the next Karn activation, get Crucible Worlds, and you're off to the races. Forsaken Monument is the 14th slot. I think this card is probably going to be great. I just haven't played enough with it, but the idea that now not only are your opponents being locked out every turn cycle from the One Ring, but you're gaining 2 life. That's the most important part of that card, in my opinion, is that you're gaining 2 life every time you cast the One Ring. It's very important, because there are games versus Wizards where they can, if they just draw enough burn, they can, in the moment between where you're recasting the next One Ring, can burn you out. And also, it just makes your Mirror's mites unstoppable monsters, right? It makes them into 3/3, so that's pretty strong. And then the last 2 cards are God Pharaoh Statue and Cityscape Leveler. Cityscape Leveler, it's not coming up, so everybody knows what Cityscape Leveler is, right? Let me just do this real quick. Cityscape Leveler has been a staple of Karn Wishboard since it's been printed. This card's great. It's a catch-all. It's a win condition. It's a big hammer. If you're new to these types of strategies and you want to play this deck, and you're new to maybe playing Karn decks, I would recommend getting the Leveler into the 7 if you're playing best of 1. Just until you really get familiar with the list, because that's an easy way to just slam the door. I am, instead of putting Leveler in my 7, have decided to put Vault and Wand in. I want both of these in my 7 because I've personally found that I've ran into games where I was just threat light, and I think a Wand is a way to prevent me from decking. It's possible that Cityscape would just do the same thing in a different way, where they just kill your opponent. But I like to grind, and I want, this is this is new. This is a new piece of artifact technology for me in Karn wish boards with this style of deck. So I'm personally running this as my 7, but Cityscape over Vault or Wand is probably fine. And this is the list. I'm really excited. I've been battling with it. I've been tuning it all week, and I'm having a hell of a time, having really good results with it. So this is the list, the sideboard. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. Game 1, historic best of 1 with the Karn Ring. This hand is a little bit land heavy, but we do have a Blast Zone and a Mind Stone. So if we draw Karn 1 ring, we have it on 3. We're on the play. We have a reprieve. This is a keep. You want to hit your land drops every turn for the first 6 to 8 turns of this game. So we're going to keep this. Tell my opponent hello. And then we're off to the races. Start with the snow-covered plains. My opponent leans on Forest, Elvish Mystic. We're going to need Wrath of God. I'm going to leave up Reprieve here. Hopefully time walk my opponent because I drew another Reprieve, so I now have 2 Reprieves. So we're going to hopefully just take their next 2 turns here. Hoping this is Devotion and not Elves. Okay, it is Devotion. They go for Yorvo. I'm going to Reprieve it, and we have a Karn. Very, very good. So I kind of want to... I think I want to hide the Blast Zones because they may play more Elves. So what I'm going to do is play Buried Ruin, tap the Buried Ruin and Snow-Covered Plains, and play a Mind Stone. So now I have access to the second copy of Reprieve. I have Karn the Great Creator next turn. And I also could Blast Zone if they just decide to go Elf next turn. So we're going to pass the turn. Feeling pretty good here. In a good spot. My opponent plays Forest, and they're going to replay Yurvo, and I am going to Reprieve the Yurvo again. And I drew Laid Out Arms, so my next turn is going to be incredible. Oh, nope, they played another Elf, so I think what I'm going to do now is just Blast Zone them. So exactly why I hid Blast Zone was for this, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Blast Zone. I'm going to instantly tap my Mind Stone, Buried Ruin, and a Snow-Covered Plains, and I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to do this right now, and I'm going to kill both their elves. In the next turn, I get to play Karn and Lay Down Arms. They had another elf, which is kind of unfortunate, but I drew the 1 ring, so all my problems have been solved. So this turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Mirrex. I'm gonna leave up. I'm gonna kill their elf with one copy of Lay Down Arms. So I have in my hand 2 copies of Lay Down Arms, Karn the Great Creator, and Blast Zone. So I'm gonna jam them up a little bit on mana here. I think it's important. And then I played a land already for the turn, so I don't need to activate right now. So I'm just gonna pass. If I was looking for a land or a play, I would activate right away, but there's just no reason, unless you want F6 value. So my opponent has Quirion Beastcaller. The Yurvo's a 6/6 now, and a Werewolf pack leader. So their board is getting pretty big. I get to see 4 cards here, so I'm feeling pretty good about finding a Wrath of God. See if my opponent attacks me. Yeah, they're going to attack me and deal 0 damage with their 7/7 because of the 1 ring. You live your best life over there, buddy. All right, I'm gonna draw a card with the 1 ring. It gets a bird encounter. I drew Snow-Covered Plains. I untap. I draw. I'm gonna tap my 1 ring and draw 2 more cards. I did not find a Wrath of God, but that's okay because I have a couple. I drew another Snow-Covered Plains, so I can Lay Down Arms their Yorvo, and I can pass the turn with the intention of hitting their werewolf pack leader with March, and I will let them go to combat first. I can't play Mind Stone here because I can also reprieve. So I'm just going to pass. And then I'm going to draw between my draw step and One Ring 4 cards next turn. So, all right. So I don't want them to get the draw trigger off of Mr. Wolfie over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to march. And if they have something like Blossoming Defense or Tyvar's Last Stand, I'm in trouble. But I think it was better to wait because I haven't seen any of those cards yet. So they got an elf and then their beast caller. I think I'm gonna cycle reprieve here on the elf. There we go. We drew the Wrath of God. So this game is looking really good. I didn't think about that cycle getting another counter on the Quirion Beast Caller, but I think it was fine to still cycle there. All right, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of cards with my One Ring. I drew another One Ring, so I don't need to pull the trigger on the Wrath of God here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tap. I'm not gonna use. I won't use Blast Zone this turn. I might use Buried Rune here. I might just. Um, I might get back. I'm gonna keep this one, so I get to draw another card. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna use Buried Rune here because I'd like to get my Mind Stone online, and this still lets me hold up Soul Partition in case anything weird is gonna happen. I'm very close to locking this opponent out. They can attack me. They're attacking with Lawn of War Elves and Quirion Beast Caller. They're going to deal 0 damage here because of the One Ring. I'm going to draw a card with the One Ring. Drew a Snow-Covered Plains. I don't need to reset my ring yet. I have double Soul Partition in hand. I also have Karn the Great Creator, Wandering Emperor, Wrath of God. I just drew Search for Glory. If I lose this game, it's because I just started clicking buttons, which I'm not going to do. So they have 2 cards. They could have Collected Company here. And if they have Collected Company, I think my best play is to draw with the One Ring. And then I'm not going to use Mirrex here. I'm going to target my own One Ring. And then I'm going to play. I don't think I'm going to crack these Mind Stones yet. I want the mana. I should leave up double planes here, and if that's the case, I am most likely to use. I'm most likely to use Berry Rune, so I'll leave that up. I actually didn't need to leave both planes up because I only have access to cast one spell, so that was irrelevant, but that's okay. I'm not going to draw because I'm at 7 cards, so I'll draw on their turn. They didn't cast Collected Company, so if they don't do anything this turn cycle, I'm going to Buried Runes, get back my One Ring, and then I'm going to play Karn and One Ring and go get Crucible. They can kill my Karn, but that's fine, I think. Well, maybe I'm going to clean the board up first, so I'm just going to pass. I activated the One Ring I drew, Lay Down Arms. Go into my draw, my upkeep, I take a damage from the bird encounter. First things first, draw cards with the One Ring. I have so many cards in my hand, it's ridiculous. I think I'm going to Wrath of God here. I drew 2 more Mind Stones. I'm going to tap my Mind Stones to play a Mind Stone. And then I also am going to... And I didn't sack my Buried Ruin last turn like I said I was going to. I just kind of... My brain just shut down for a minute, which happens all the time over here in the land, in my idiot brain. So I just Wrath of Godded. There's nothing left on the opponent's battlefield. I am going to play, tap my Mind Stone and my Blast Zone. I don't plan on using that to play. Resolve. Sorry, Quirion Ranger. Or Quirion. What is it? Quirion Beast Caller. There was a trigger on the stack. So I have access. I have 7 cards in my hand, and I'm going to play Wandering Emperor on my opponent's turn. Ooh, they're going to collect a company now. Cool. Opponent played that really well. They just did nothing for a turn cycle. Oh, that's sad. They only got a Beast Caller off Collected Company. The worst feeling in the world when you don't hit 2 creatures off your... Is my opponent going to play around Wandering Emperor here? Opponent's been playing very well. Like, I mean, they're in such a bad spot. Like, I don't know how the mono green deck ever beats this. They just conceded to the Wandering Emperor. So that's it. Game 1, the Karn Ring. We're climbing back up, baby. Let's go. All right, here we are, back for game 2. The Karn Ring, best of 1 historic, playing against Staffy. Last seen earlier this month playing Elves, so I'll keep this. Still playing Elves, and we're going to get them. We're going to need to draw... we're going to need to draw a Wrath at some point, but I think Wandering Emperor will be pretty good here too. Hopefully they're just hosed on mana. That's how you beat this deck. Reprieve just does not give any cares about this card. Yeah, we'll reprieve that. All right. Karn's going to be tough, but but I think we're going to be okay here. I think we're going to be okay because we're going to get to kill their Karn. We're going to get to kill their Karn here. Yep. Wandering Emperor is so good. Okay. Yeah, I don't think my... Oh my god, and I drew the Blast Zone. It's looking real good for me. Let's go! Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. This is really cool though. This is I was also playing a list pretty similar to this earlier this month. Karn and Staff of Domination is pretty nice in Elves. Pretty nice. This is fine. Okay, so I think what we're going to do put a counter on this. This is the scariest thing. Put a counter on this. Soul partition this. Exile their Sentinel. And blow up their... Oh my god, the One Ring. The One Ring. Alright, so... Exile this. It's when you cast, so... If I'm going to do this, I need to do it now, and I do want to do it now. I think that's how they get back in the game. So I think I just cut them off, and then they just have a 1/1. Like, they're pretty far away from activating, and if anything weird happens this turn cycle, I still have partition. All right, they had another one. Okay. This is fine because, well, I just drew the Wrath of God too, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to battle them. I don't need the Wrath of God here. I am going to play this, and if they want to sacrifice both their... If they want to sacrifice their Circle of Dreams Druid to kill... Oh, they can't. They can't even kill my Wandering Emperor here. So, unless they have a Lord. Oh, wow. Wow. See, now this is what I mean. Some people know when it's time to just jam, right? They're trying to kill my Wandering Emperor here. It's not going to end up working out for them, but I think that was absolutely correct. Like, I think a lot of this... Staffy's a very good player. A lot of other players would have maybe passed there and missed on the opportunity to kill the Wandering Emperor. Them drawing a Karn is trouble. Boom, baby! Just draw the perfects. All right, let's go. They're very... Oh, they didn't kill my Wandering Emperor. I think that was wrong. I think they should have killed the Emperor here. Okay, so we go like this. We attack. They take it. We Wrath of God here. Every time, 100 out of 100 times, we Wrath of God here. And then we play a Field of Ruin just in case, and we make a 2/2. And we kill Karn. They have to tick up on Karn here. I won't use partition. They just have to play Karn and tick up. Maybe I will partition. We'll see what they do. If they go up, I will partition. If they go down, it doesn't do anything. Like, they could go get boat. Oh. What the hell does that do? It doesn't do anything. It looks like a blocker, but it's not a blocker. Partition this. Kill your Karn. Alright, yeah, I'm taking damage. It's fine. Alright. Pump up the jams. on the Samurai. Kill Karn. Tell you what, Wandering Emperor MVP this game. MVP. All right. Draw a bunch of cards. Play 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got enough to do it all here. Oh wait, no. There's a better line, right? Nope, I can. I still have enough to do it all. Okay, cool. I want to play Mind Stone here. And then I want to play Karn. I'm gonna ice them. Is what I was thinking through in my brain. So I'm gonna go ahead, and they have to activate their Tormod's Crypt now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go get Liquid Metal Coating, and then I am going to ice down their forest and stop on their upkeep. Ice a forest. This keeps them off of Karn Pithing Needle if they draw a top deck Karn. Yep. All right, draw a billion cards. Go get the boat. Played that. Yeah, they're done for. I would be done for too. All right, let's go. We'll play one more. Blue-white control is tough. Wizards can be tough if they have one of the super aggressive burn hands. But you just cast the One Ring and win. This is a mulligan. This is a keep, although it's not a good keep. I'm feeling maybe like I should go to 5 now that I look at this. I can't go to 5 though. I'll keep 6 and I'll put away the Emperor. I can go get that with Search for Glory. I can't get this, so I'd rather keep this card in my hand. I do need to draw well here. I'm going to need to draw well. This deck is cool. This is a really cool deck. So this is I think I'm just going to keep him off it. This is Nazgul Changeling is what this deck is. Nazgul's pump up everybody. All right, I'm not going to wait on this. I think that this mana base is pretty greedy, if I recall. And I might just strip mine him here. No strip mine. All right. Unfortunate. We tried, though. That was the only thing I had to do that turn anyway. Realm Walker, pretty good. I don't think they got a second one. I feel it in my bones. They do have a second one. All right, I'll do this. I think letting them untap with that card is just too greedy. I'm going to be fine here. Oh, they have Collected Company. All right. I'll just pass 2 then. Yeah, you got a Collected Company. I'm feeling okay. I hope they have double Nazgul here. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is incredible. This is incredible. All right. I do need to draw land. I'll let them do this first. If I can draw a land, I'll be good. Play a 1-drop. Come on, do it. Thoughtseize. No, not Thoughtseize. What are you going to take? Okay. All right, I'll go get the 1 ring. Hope they don't have another Thoughtseize. Make it 2/2. Okay. All right. Wonder what they're going to do. They're going to attack both at Karn? That would be nice. I would allow that. I am going to need to hit a sweeper, though. All right. I think that you have defeated Karn. That is what I think. All right. What do I got in my graveyard? Anything good? No. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pass. Oh, don't you dare attack. No attacks. All right. So I'm feeling good because I just need to find... If I find a land, I get to redo... I get to redo this play. I get to play Search for Glory, go get another 1 ring. I get to draw a bunch of cards. So these things are enormous, though. Look at how terrifying this board is. Yep. Draw, discard. The 1 ring is going to say no damage. It would have been a hell of a lot of damage. I love that the Nazguls are coming for me, though, because I have the 1 ring. This is very flavorful. All right, activate. Okay. All right. I have at least... Oh, yeah, we're in there. We're starting to pop off. All right, so... I think the best play now, 1, 2, 3, Search for Glory, is to go get... because I drew another 1 ring, is to go get the Eternal Wanderer. That guarantees me a way to clean up this nonsense, and then play my backup copy of the 1 ring. Keep this one, and pass the turn. I just need to fade Collected Company, I think. I could also just draw Wrath of God. That'd be nice too. But we're starting to stabilize here. It's gonna be close. Playing another Nazgul, that makes me feel really good because now I know they don't have Collected Company here. So, feeling pretty good. I think they should just attack with this. There's no need to attack me with everybody. I guess they like all of their cards, so they didn't want to loot. Alright. Draw some more cards. Alright. So, I think what I'm going to do now... I think the best play here is play another copy of the 1 ring. This is so busted. Keep this. Play this and get Crucible of Worlds. 8, 9. This is it. GG. This is it. Because next turn I'll have enough to lock my opponent out, unless they have a way of exiling this One Ring. That would be a way. They should kill my Karn here. They didn't kill my Karn. Guys and gals, they didn't kill my Karn. All right, let's go. Fatal Push, you got it. All right. 1, 2, 3. Play my Crucible. All right. So. I guess I'm just gonna. I guess I'm gonna Wrath of God here. And get Perilous Vault just to be safe. I would like to tap in a way that makes sense, though. Wait, undo. I'm not using these blast zones this turn, so. Alright. Alright, Nazguls, get out of here. Alright, I think we have them officially locked out of the game now. That's fine. My hand is stacked. Okay. Realm Walker. Realm Walker is good. It is definitely good, but I don't think it's gonna matter. All right, let's go. 1, 2. Buried Ruin. Get back the One Ring. This is great. This is a great way to end this video. On the loop here. Activate. Draw a billion cards. Play my Buried Ruins. 1, 2, 3. Up. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play this guy. Boom. Keep this one. Plus on this. I don't need to draw any cards this turn cycle. Discard some cards. I'll discard this. Discard this. And discard this. Alright. We're popping off over here. I now have protection from everything for the rest of the game. Unless they can break this up. If they can break it up, then we'll take it from there. I don't think they can. All right. I'm just going to -2 Karn here. Go get the Goat Boat. I don't even need to draw a card, right? So I'm going to vault. I'm going to play Buried Ruins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pass with 7 cards in my hand. With the intention of vaulting in their attack step. Draw a card. Oh, I can't vault here. Oh, yes, I can. What am I talking about? I knew I set this up intentionally. All right. I need this one because I want to... Yes. I'm going to need this later. Oh. Did I just take myself off it? Oh, I'm so good at this game. Oh, my fucking God. This is fine. This is all fine. All right. All right, my deck is just like here. Let me help you, buddy. All right. I need them to play a card so I don't feel so bad about popping off on this vault. All right, fine. I'll do it this way. All right, my turn. Um, Buried Ruin back. The One Ring. Okay. All right. They've seen enough. They've seen enough. And I kind of bumbled my way through that a little bit at the end there. But that's about on brand for me, bumbling my way through things sometimes. I love this deck so much. Let's just take a peek at it one more time. All right, here it is. One more time, the Karn Ring for Historic. I love this deck. Um, it is definitely in my wheelhouse. There's a lot of play to this deck. I think that there's a lot of flexibility with how you build this deck, depending on, what you're expecting for any upcoming historic tournaments or events. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Rob, known as Pterodactyl on MTG Arena, and before that, when I played Magic Online. Um, I'll probably make a couple videos a month. Um, There'll probably be Karn decks, Elvish Mystic decks. I'll probably maybe do some draft decks, but like you'll be seeing a lot of this motherfucker. You'll probably be seeing a lot of this motherfucker too. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.